Really going goofy. Won't verify account. All right. Let's see if Rumble's going to go. I don't think it is, though. Let's see. Come on, Rumble. Hey, it's going to go. Okay, so Rumble says it can't verify an account and has a fault, but it's going to do it anyway. Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, still going. Okay. Well, weird. All right. How's it going, everyone? In my quest to not always do only 2 a.m. streams, I apologize right off. I did not do a second stream yesterday. I have a sick cat and was spending time trying to figure out what is going on with her. And yeah, so it's not really resolved, but she seems slightly better today. But we are going to talk a little bit. Not going to do a long stream. We are definitely going to talk a little bit about Portland police. I got to ask, as in my title, what's the breaking point? When do we hit a breaking point in this country? When will it be enough? When will it be enough? I know Donald Trump is probably trying. He's still trying to be liked. And as much as he's attacked and hated and called insane crap, he's trying to still be moderate in his actions with these people. Personally, if I was him, if I were president and this was going on, I already would have insurrection acted these people, and I would already be arresting the living shit out of them. So yeah, and I just think it's, crap. I think he should be arresting them. The Portland police should be arrested. I would say, yeah, and I'm talking to any of you Portland officers, any of the family members of these Portland officers, defend this. I don't want to hear this. Boy, the left sure doesn't want to let this. I was just defending following orders. They say that about the ICE. Well, that'll go fine at your trial. Well, fine. Fine. Then to all Portland police officers, if you are pieces of crap, stopping federal law enforcement doing their job, you are hiding people attacking federal law enforcement, every one of you pieces of crap do not get to use I was just following orders. If we're going to use the left's own rhetoric, we'll see how that works at your trials. I'm at the point where we should insurrection act these areas. They are openly breaking the laws. Once again, I'm going to ask all Democrats, where is your democracy? You screech and scream about democracy, but when it doesn't go your way, you go out and destroy, tear up, attack federal agents for doing the job they were democratically elected, or our administration democratically elected to have them do, which is follow our laws. If you don't like the laws, Democrats, then vote people in that'll change the laws. I'm not even sure that Democrats and lefties are anything but anarchists anymore. They're empty, vapid morons who just hate. They want anything to just tear down, to make themselves seem like, we the rebellion, we're cool, look at us, what we're doing. To fill some gap in them. I'm not even sure, like I said, I think they really are just anarchists anymore. I do not see them as anything else. Come in and show me. Come on, Democrats. I'll ask any of you lefties. Tell me how this is democracy. I've heard these morons out there. This is what democracy looks like. No, it isn't. Democracy is when you go in and vote. We had a democracy. You lost. In this republic, we have democratic elections. We had it. You lost. You lost bad. The administration was voted in to do this very thing, which was follow our laws. And now you're out there ripping things down, attacking agents, getting in the way, ramming their cars, shooting at people. This is stupid. This is not democracy. Actually, no, it probably is. It's not democracy. It is democracy. Maybe we need to start doing that. Anytime a Democrat or leftist spouts that word, they're they think they're saying democracy. No, but every one of us should hear now democracy, because it isn't. It isn't democracy in any way. Or they would be respecting the election. And I don't want to hear, oh, J6, 1 5-hour event compared to years and years and years of riots, attacks, killings, taking over parts of cities, ramming officers, threatening their homes, firebombing. Really? Are we still going to play the other right is violent? This is not democracy. It is not even close to democracy. And I think the American public's getting flipping tired of it. That's just what I think on this. The very fact these morons want to spout democracy after they lost the election. Come on. I keep asking, where is this democracy? Democracy? No. Freedom of speech is you can go out and protest. Stay out of the goddamn streets. Your rights, your constitutional rights end when it contacts somebody else's rights. Your rights don't overrule somebody else's. Your right to walk in the street and get in the way doesn't negate somebody else's right to go to work, to get to the hospital, go get their groceries, go pick up their kids from school. Your rights don't trump somebody else's, and that's the way the left thinks. That is not democracy. Well, actually, it is democracy. It's not democracy. My rights, but my rights. Then you go, well, what about these people's rights? Oh, who cares? Played a video a while back, remember? This lady is trying to say, hey, that's fine. You protest. Get up on the sidewalk. I got to go pick up my kids, and I got to go to work. And this guy made fun of her. Ew, go to work. Oh, my God. He thought his right to protest overruled her right to go to work and feed her children. It's not democracy they want. It's anarchy. These are pure anarchists. And that's why I say, every time they spout the word democracy, you should be hearing in your head, democracy. It's not democracy. And I am freaking tired of it. And I think Donald Trump is being too nice. He's still trying to be liked. He's still trying to be a late 90s Democrat. He's trying to moderate. And we're at the point where his actions need to match his rhetoric. Actually, his rhetoric hasn't even been where I would say we should be. While he is staying moderate, letting illegal judges go out and do illegal rulings. Remember, Supreme Court has ruled multiple times now. These rulings are illegal. And every time they do one, Trump goes, well, gonna have to slow down and go to court, but we'll get there. And then it's slowing him down, bogging him down. He's letting him do it. They rule against him again. Well, okay. No, he needs to stand up and say, fuck off. You had made your ruling, enforce it. And people, I hear people on the right, and I'm not a right, I'm a centrist with a right leaning. I hear people on the right go, oh my God, though, they're going to call him a fascist. They're going to call us fascists. They're going to attack. They're already doing it. There is nothing they're going to do they're already not doing. They are killing people, ramming people, burning. They're already threatening to end lives. They are ending lives. What is it they're going to do? Well, when they get back in power, what are they going to do? They're going to do horrid stuff. They already did it. They arrested lawyers, tried to steal a man's wealth, tried to end his life. They jailed people unfairly. They broke tons of laws, made up new laws, ran on just going after somebody finding a crime. They're already going to do it. This is stupid. Donald Trump needs to stand up, put on the big boy pants, and do it. Go after him. We can't keep doing this. Insurrection Act. Part of me thinks maybe he's trying to run out the clock until it gets cold. He knows these soy, limp, noodle-armed pieces of crap won't be out there, especially in half the country if we get the cold winter they're saying we might. They won't be out there. They can't stand any type of diverse weather. So maybe he's trying to run the clock out, but I just think it's I think he's sending the same bad message to his base that he did during the 2020 election. He's telling them, well, I'm just going to keep saying shit. I'm not actually going to stand up for you that voted for me. I'm not actually going to push as hard as I promised you I would to do the shit I said I would do. I know it sounds like I hate Trump. I don't. I still think he's the best president in my lifetime. But for the love of God, some of these top things he ran on, he's not doing as enough. It's time to honestly put down the insurrection. It's time everybody started calling this what it is. This is a Democrat insurrection. If they morons who did the 5-6 hour kerfuffle at the Capitol was an insurrection, this is an insurrection. These people are actually armed. The people at the Capitol building didn't have fire bombs, didn't have gas masks, didn't have firearms, weren't ramming cars into agents or police officers. They didn't end anybody's lives. These people have. This is an insurrection. This is a full insurrection against the laws and the federal law enforcement of this country. This is a Democrat insurrection, and it's time for all the big pundits to pull on their big boy pants too. That means Crowder, Poole, all of them. Stand up and start calling it what it is. This is a true Democrat insurrection. Debate me. Come on. I'm a tiny little shit brain. I don't care if you don't even want to call me by name. But if you hear this, go on your channel and tell me how this is not an insurrection. I'm not asking you to give me clout by putting me up there. Just answer. You don't say who. Just answer how this is not an insurrection. I'm tired of this crap. More and more videos and clips out there of these assholes just going against our laws. Well, even the, like Pritzker and Johnson, all these Democrats, all their, politicians going against our laws. Funny thing is, if I am go look at police videos on YouTube. If you interfere with the standard Leo street officer over anything, they will arrest you for interfering in official acts. How is any of this not that? Not that times, this is, interfering with official acts, Godzilla on steroids style. And I am tired of it, and I think Donald Trump needs to stand the flip up and stop it. They're already amping up more and more and more to a civil war or a full open battle. So it's not going to make it worse. Oh my God, it'll make it worse. It's already getting worse. They are seeing this as weakness and they're advancing. Sooner or later, you got to stand up, or once again, if he thinks he's going to win the midterms by acting like this, he should learn for 2020. He's not. Hey, Steve Akers, how's it going? Trump only has a little over 3 years left now, 10 years after. Yeah, 100%, Steve. Actually, he's got less than that. Trump has under a year now, to maybe a year total left to fully get off his ass and really get it going. Because if he doesn't, his base will not come out in the midterms and he will lose the midterms, and then this country is a standstill. Nothing will get done the next 2 years. Zero will get done. In fact, it's going to be horrid because they're going to do everything they can to not only obstruct, but reverse and obfuscate and amp up the violence. Democrats are the violent ones. The left are the violent ones. I'm tired of the rhetoric. I'm tired of even people questioning this. But how do we push back? Are the left really the violent ones? Yes. I don't give a rat's ass about these bullshit studies that are made by Antifa members and BLM marchers. They're telling you the same shit they did during the Biden administration. Don't you dare believe your lying eyes. Every time we see something happening out there, somebody shooting up a school, somebody shooting up a church, ending children's lives, out there rioting, out there burning, shooting somebody who's just out there trying to make connections and have conversations. Every time you see the violence, who is it? It's a lefty. And don't come at me with the Hortman thing. Go look that dude up. He was a flaming lefty. He had tons of shit in his car for the No Kings Day flyers he was handing out. He's in pictures at multiple events with Democrat shirts. He was a lefty. He just didn't like Hortman. Had nothing to do with politics. He hated her. And you want to go to Pelosi's husband? Go look that dude up. All the bumper stickers on his vehicles and stuff in his yard. He was a lefty. So don't even get me going about those two. And even if we grant you those two plus J6, it's not even close. Not even close. Show me the right-leaning people going out and blowing away a lefty talking somewhere. Show me the lefties that need all the security. Show me any right-leaning people that attacked the No Kings protests. The very fact they could do that without security and nobody was attacked says it all. Says bullshit. They just want you to not believe your lying eyes. And I think the other part of it is they're standing up looking at you going, if you don't agree with us, we will come get you. We will come get you. You better be in fear of us. And that's what they're doing. That's what they did in 2020. And Trump didn't pay attention. He needs to. All right. But we are going to move on. That is just kind of my burn off my own steam there. What grinds my gears at the moment. But we are definitely going to talk about the Portland thing here. I'm going to show you Nick Sorter's video here real quick so that I learned to hit my buttons again. All right. And I will check on Rumble. I am just making sure. I mean, Rumble, most people watch, but they don't talk on Rumble. It's weird. Let's see. Okay, I see you guys on Rumble. Thank you very much. All right, so we are going to go over. This is Nick Sorter. I'm not the first person to talk about this. This is from a couple days ago. Portland police just provided cover to Antifa terrorists at ICE Portland, who were beaming spotlights. These are super, super bright, like tactical lights that can damage your retinas, and they're also shooting lasers in their eyes. Spotlighting DHS agents' eyes and shielded them from DHS. Portland police are literally aiding, I don't know about literal, it's an actually, physically, we gotta watch that word literally anymore, aiding a terrorist group. A DHS agent then came out because they marked them with pepper balls, or as, I hate to tell Tim this or some of these other people, I'm not sure they were pepper balls. I'm not sure they're colored pepper balls. Sometimes they're just paintballs. They're just a green paintball. They go out or something to shoot, go boop, that dude. They marks them. So the DHS agent then came out and confronted Portland police, calling them out for allowing the bad guys, I'll watch that word on YouTube, to hide behind them. She's literally running behind you guys, the agent said to a Portland police sergeant. Portland police pretended like they saw nothing, even though they were right there. And if you look, they definitely saw it, and they didn't give a shit. And I'm going to say this to any police officer. I grew up wanting to be a police officer. I support police. But if you took that constitutional oath to protect and serve and follow the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, and then you do this shit, screw you, don't be a cop. You are a piece of communist trash. And don't give me the, I was following orders. Screw you, don't be a cop. Don't be a cop. When you are dealing with somebody's lives and constitutional rights, and you have the power to jail people, or injure them, or end their lives, you don't get to say, I just following orders. Nope. Nope. Might as well add Mein Führer after that. Yeah, I know I sound like a lefty there, but hey, if the left can say, well, the ICE people following orders is not valid, then we're going to go after you and make trials against you. Okay. Okay, we'll go by the lefty's own rhetoric. So I was 3 times the distance away, and even I saw what was going on. Shameful, but something must be done with Portland police now. Yes, they're communists. People are taking sides, including governmental officials. So let me get my headphones here. And yeah, we'll take a quick look at this.
Nice aim, I love that. Whoa! Take the medal.
Those cops are right there.
Looks like a shining something in the...
Those cops are right there. 100% see it.
They're hiding behind the
100%.
sign.
There's they are again. Moved over there, and the cops are right here. And the cops right here. See, look at the faces. See the faces? This cop, this cop, this cop. This one here, facing directly at these people. Watched them break the law. Watched them run and hide behind them. I played a video on one of my streams here, a week or two ago, where they showed Antifa representatives and the police discussing who was going to enforce what that day. Who was going to enforce what? What was the line where the police would enforce and the Antifa enforcers would enforce? And that was also in Portland. So, weird. But yeah, these assholes, every one of these lying pieces of shit. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5, maybe 6 back here. Total communist pieces of shit.
Cover behind Portland police. Oh my God. You've got to be
And then watch
kidding me.
this. Shining the lights from behind them. You can't tell me these cops don't see that. Because look right here. This cop is facing this way. This cop is looking at the cameraman. But this idiot right between them, as these cops are facing, shines it. That cop and that cop, there's zero chance they don't see that. Both of them should automatically be up on federal charges. You are getting in the way. You're interfering with official acts. You're breaking laws. And that one's just going to leave. Yeah, I'll watch it and I'll leave. Another one right next to the cop. Right next to the cop right here, shining. Oh, no, it's truck. My bad. Hey, I'll call it. Well, that guy's brave. I'm not sure I'm driving through there, dude. I'm not driving through there.
It's kind of wild. Shoot everybody else to shoot one person.
The bullets you got, come on.
Shining the light when you get mad at somebody else.
We should be allowed to hear what the fuck they're talking
Nobody
about.
told us anything. So
Nobody told us anything. You sat and watched it. You sat and watched it. They were hiding behind you, shining those tactical lights in the eyes. Again, you sat and watched it. Nobody told us anything. Look at his face. He knows what he's doing. This is the face of a piece of shit police officer. A communist prick who is, he believes and agrees with his leaders. He doesn't give a shit about his oath to the Constitution and the laws. He doesn't give a shit if the federal agents are following the duly elected administration and told to enforce our actual laws. He doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a rat's ass.
told us anything. So we're standing there. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you do. You watched it.
Just like she's literally running behind you guys. And we don't know why she's running. So.
Really? Shining a light behind you? Really? You're not going to believe other agents? When other law enforcement comes to talk to you guys? Hey, what happened to the blue wall? No. You're not even respecting other law enforcement officers.
Nice. Nice aim. I love that. Whoa. Get the middle. That AR is really nice.
Well, they were trying to shoot a guy out of running away.
Just let them walk away. Now, personally, I'd like to I'd like the federal agents to go out and arrest them. I know the National Guard's not supposed to, even though that is wrong now, because since this happened, now the judge has said, yeah, Trump can send National Guard to Portland. He can do what he can do it. It's totally constitutional, which it was, and I don't know why Trump stopped. But yeah, they're gonna send people in, but ICE agents aren't National Guard. They can arrest these people. Once you assault any officer, any average citizen, you're not allowed to assault. You do that, you can be arrested. And these federal agents need to arrest them. We need to start arresting and prosecute to the fullest extent of the law these people. And these people just feel emboldened to walk off. They can do this shit and just walk off. Yep. What a bunch of turds. So this shit just needs to stop. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me see.
Out here as a medic. There's Portland police out here today, genuinely here to help the other side. I've been to a million protests, and honestly, I'm usually out here as a medic. I've never been on the other end of it. So I'm like, the people who helped us out are angels. People who helped us out are angels.
Especially actual city officials.
I said to that woman, I said, are you PPB? And she said, yeah. And I said, oh my God, I don't hate you. Thank you for being the other one. Everybody says
agree with us, agree with our side, agree with our politics, or we hate you. I don't remember people like Charlie Kirk ever saying that. I don't remember Charlie Kirk going, you don't agree with me, I hate you. Oh my God, now I don't have to hate you. You don't have to hate anybody. These people choose hate. I said it in my opening. These people are empty, hateful people. They wake up in the morning looking for something to be offended by. They wake up in the morning looking to hate something outside of themselves. Because inwardly, if they look inward, all they see is nothingness. Whether it's a love for God, they don't have that. Whether it's a love for anything real, they don't have it. They have nothing tangible. They are hateful people. These are the people mommy and daddy raised. The sticks and stones are gone, and now it's words hurt and words are violence. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt you. So, yeah. Remember that? When we had that being taught, we didn't have a problem. When we had the grasshopper and the ant being taught. But now, if they do teach it, the ant is the bad guy for not just working his ass off and giving everything to the grasshopper. And they teach words hurt and words are violence. So yes, if words are painful and violent, if you disagree with anybody like this empty brain, you disagree, they feel hate because you're hurting them. So they feel justified to hate and hurt you. That is what we're facing.
Right? But it's few and far between that you experience that. There's Portland police.
Agree with us or else.
Genuinely here.
Agree with us or else. This is what you hear from all lefties now. Well, you got to agree with us. If you don't agree with us, well, or else. So you will come to our political side, or you will bow down to our side, or else. Or else violence, or else we'll come get you. Yeah, that's not how democracy works. That is anarchy. That is communism and fascism. A lot of people here at Portland police equal Antifa. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the reasons Portland is a shit show. People are leaving Portland. Portland has lost population. I mean, for a city out there, they've lost at least 10,000 people. I can't remember what the numbers really were, but I think it's between 10 and 25,000 people in the last 5 years or so. So, that's a lot. And the people that are there, there's a lot more people who would like to leave, but can't afford to leave. So, yeah. But yeah, this can't be let to go on. And you will hear what this lady said so many times from lefties. You got to agree with us or we'll hate you. I don't see too many people I know of on the center or right. Even when we look at these people, make fun of them, call them names, think they're not good people. We don't hate them. We don't look and go, well, you agree with us or else. We hate you and we will get you. I still don't see anybody on the center or right going up and attacking somebody whose house has a sign, nobody's an illegal, we're all citizens, or a hat or a shirt saying shit like that. Or some kid walking around dressed like a half girl, half boy with a raccoon tail hanging out of his purse. I don't see it happening. The hate and attacks come from one side. And that's what we're facing. Hey, Mag D5, what's up? How you doing? It's going to be a short stream here as I was sitting with a sick cat last night. Didn't get back on. But I just had to spout about this because this is just stupid that these people are still trying to tell us, but it's the right that's violent. We have studies. Studies done by BLM supporters and marchers and Antifa BLM and marchers. So yeah. And hey, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't open your eyes and see that every shooting going on in schools and churches and ending kids' lives and riots going on and ramming agents and trying to dox agents and shooting at them, firebombing. Don't open your eyes and actually see that that's all lefties. But yeah. So this is what Nick was talking about when he was interviewed by Laura Ingraham.
That's wild. Like, how long were those fanatics, Antifa, whatever they were, hiding behind the police, and any clue as to why nothing was done?
Because the cops are communists?
Laura, they were standing there for several minutes. I mean, I was in shock and awe. I mean, if you listen to that video, you can hear my voice. I'm like, wow, they are actually doing this. They are going to seek cover behind Portland police officers. And I was standing 3 times as far away from this unfolding situation as those cops were, and I saw everything that was going on. So the notion that they had no idea, the several of them that were standing there had no idea what was going on is just BS. And that's why you saw that federal agent who had finally had enough go out there and say, what are you doing?
And by the way, I pointed it out. All but one of those officers was looking right at these people. And when the person's shining a light right between their heads, they knew also. So, yeah, there is no excuse.
Why are you running cover for these people that are literally trying to blind us on the rooftop? They've had enough. And I mean, the DHS agents out here, Laura, they've had to put up with Antifa going after them for the longest time. But now they're not just up against Antifa, they're up against Antifa and the Portland Police Department, which are running cover for these leftist thugs. It's wild.
So, yeah, it is wild. And we are split between 2 factions. This country, I do believe, is near a breaking point. And Trump, enacting the Insurrection Act is not. I know the left is just waiting. They want to blame any break on that. It's already broke. I say it's already broke. This is violence. I know you'll have Tim Pool and people like him go, well, we haven't hit that violence point yet. What do you call this shit? What do you call it? I've seen pundits talk about how, well, we haven't had it's not quite our Fort Sumter moment yet. And some will say, well, maybe it is. But then they'll turn around and go, well, we're not there yet. We're not in on a civil war. What do you call this? What do you call it when you have the federal government on one side and clear insurrectionists on the other side? And insurrectionists also have their own governmental / law enforcement fighting the federal government. That sounds to me like an insurrection. To me, that sounds like a civil war. When you have 2 disparate governments in the country fighting for power or fighting over something. I think that's kind of what happened in our Civil War. But no. So maybe we are in one already. There's a lot of people out there don't realize it's this bad. A lot of people are not on the internet. Or they only watch a certain few legacy media or their evening TV show, news show in their own city, which most of those are left also. And they don't tell everybody stuff. Of course, they also don't tell them about all the violence going on around the rest of the world over immigration. Major violence in Ireland and the UK and other countries going on with immigration problems. But they want to make Americans think it's just half, or actually it's more than half of America are just evil people. No, this shit's going on worldwide, everybody. It is going on everywhere. All right, so I see you guys on Rumble. Thank you for stopping in. Feel free to chat. If you can't, please go over to Lion's Den on YouTube and feel free to chat there. I know not everybody has a chat account on Grumble. But no, I mean, honestly, what do any of you think? YouTube, Rumble, whatever, what do you think? Do you think we are nearing a breaking point or have already hit it? I don't know. To quote Phil Labonte, I don't know where the off-ramp is. Where's the off-ramp? These lefties are zealots. They have nothing in their life. They are looking for something to grasp onto. Many of them don't have kids and wives and families. They don't have houses. They don't have a lot of them don't have cars. They don't even drive anymore. They don't have malls to go to and hang out to. I'm going to blame some boomers for some of that shit. and places to cruise and do cool stuff, and they don't get out. This is their social. They need something. They're empty, they're lonely, they're lost. You can put religion in there too. They don't have that. They're lost, empty, and just full of hate. And this is their social thing. They've latched onto it. This is a religion to these people. When they are still spouting things where you can show them video evidence of what they're saying is wrong and lies. You know, good people in Charlottesville. Stuff like that. They still say, oh my God, the Trump supporters on J6 killed officers. You can show them evidence and they'll go, don't care. They don't care. I know because I've got some around me that I'm not friends with anymore because I showed them video evidence and they got mad. That's a religion. But boy, if we are not past the breaking point, we are all standing on that line right now. We are straddling that sucker. We got one leg on each side looking down and seeing the lava down between our legs. If we don't move soon, it's going to cook the old happy sack. And that's where I think we are. I think we are just going to have to jump off that line pretty soon. And I know they're going to blame Trump if he does the Insurrection Act, and these loonies go nuts. And if somebody gets hurt, they're going to blame Trump. Even though right now, it's weird how the left can dance out of. We've had CBP agents, ICE agents shot. July, one got shot in the neck. Another one got shot here a while back. One got shot here the other day because he was fighting with an illegal alien. They're ramming their cars. You have lefties that have shot at ICE agents and ended up deceasing some of the illegals they supposedly love. You didn't see a lot of the left decrying that, oh my God, no. Because it's not even about the illegals. Just as much as it wasn't about George Floyd or BLM or anything else, it's just a reason to get out and hate. This is their social club, folks. This makes them feel somehow fulfilled. Oh my gosh, I've done something with my life, something good. No, this is it. This is their thing. This is all they've got. That's totally it. So yeah. But they are really wackadoodles here. I thought I had one, but no. I already looked at that. Let me see here. Shielding. Is this the other one? Hang on here.
Put your hands on me, so you try to get in my face and try to make it a fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a guy to put your hands on me, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm peacefully.
So they'll take videos from leftist protesters because they are actually out there trying to gather evidence and stuff against ICE agents and CBP agents and federal agents to arrest them. They are trying to build cases. And I'm afraid there's going to be a big move suddenly. It's going to be coordinated probably. Or Chicago will go first probably. There's going to be one of these cities, or one of them, it'll be Chicago. If not, it'll be all of them together coordinated are suddenly going to have these dossiers gathered up where they've tried to find out who these agents are, where they are, whatever else. They got these little video clips. Oh my God, they're enforcing our laws. And they're going to go after them. You're going to see them arrest federal agents for doing their job. To me, that is it. That's the end. There's no turning back. They have laid down. They've gone too far then. That is 100%. I mean, I already think we may have. You have leftist government officials who are running interference for and backing and blocking for anybody who are ramming agents and shooting at them or shooting them directly. That to me already sounds like we've crossed the line. But some people on the right are saying it's only crossed the line until these city officials and mayor and governors start arresting federal agents. I don't know. I think shooting at them's enough. Yeah, taking the footage and sharing it with the Portland PDs so they can go after them.
Everybody down there about why they down there, what they down there for. My name is Tennessee. I have an Instagram. My Instagram is gamer_Michael.
Thank you, man.
Yep. Captain Communist to the rescue.
The other two people are straight. There's one block north of Lowell.
Helping out, telling people where to go. Oh, it's social. All right, but no, I think we are probably past the line. I don't think we're going to get any farther, any better. But let's move on real quick, because this is going to be a short stream. I got about another 15, 20 minutes. Let's go look at Canada. As much trouble as America's in, Canada is also facing huge problems with immigration and housing and their economy. I don't think they're facing the immigration protests / riots that the UK, Ireland, I know part of UK, whatever, and other countries are. Even France is having these. But they got another problem in Canada. British Columbia Supreme Court lady judge, one of those lefty white, middle-aged white women again, court awards Cowichan, reminds me of the Monachiwan from Fifth Element, the Cowichan tribes, title over Richmond private lands. The BC Supreme Court ruled on August 7th that the Cowichan tribes hold aboriginal title to 7.5 square kilometers. I know it's not a big area, guys. You wouldn't think that if it was your neighborhood or part of your city. You know? Like, that'd be your house, your neighbor's house. Like, it's like, what, 8 square blocks or something? And then that could have grocery stores, a port, part of the highway, you know. 7.5 square miles in Richmond, British Columbia, encompassing private homes, farms, and golf courses, invalidating 19th century crown grants. Blame the king for that, who said, "Oh, we took over your land, and no, maybe we shouldn't have it." Oh my Lord, he set this up. Due to historical application of the, I'm not even gonna try saying that, Tulutkanis village site. This marks Canada's first such confirmation over fee simple. Just means private owned property land. It means you own it. It means you own your land. Fee simple, private lands. I don't know why they have to say something stupid like fee simple. God. It's just your land. If you own your house, that's what that means. You own your land. Or fee simple private lands, with the court suspending enforcement for 18 months to enable negotiations. So you will negotiate with these Cowichan or else. Because after that, the 18-month negotiation time is over. Then what? Then come take your shit. So far, the tribe is saying, well, we're not going to do that. But they can. They can come take your shit. Go get off our land. This is ours. They can also tax you at any level they want. They can do whatever they want there. It's their land now. Negotiations and reconciliation principles. Richmond Mayor Malcolm Brody notified about 200 affected property owners. These are homeowners and business owners. The risks to their titles as the city, province, and federal government prepare to appeal a decision. That is insane. In-flippin' This one's got it right. You worked your whole life to buy a home. But someone's great-grandparents might have fished nearby 150 years ago. So the court says it's not really yours. Welcome to BC 2025. Think it'll stop in Richmond? No. There are a shitload of these lawsuits going on in front of the courts already in Canada. This lady just gave them a huge toehold. Huge. And, if they go nuts, I mean, how can you sit there and say, I'm on stolen land, and then not expect somebody to go, cool, we want our stolen shit back? How did you think that was going to work out when you're always spouting, stolen land, stolen land? Well, you're on it. Guess what? Enjoy giving it away. You screwed up. But yeah, this is great. All right. City of Richmond, please take note that the recent BC Supreme Court decision of Cowichan Tribes versus Canada 2025 blah, 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 made some very important decisions which could negatively affect the title of your property. I don't know, but it just gives it to somebody else. A briefing paper prepared. I mean, they've already done it. They're just in an 18-month stay of enforcement. That's it. If you don't negotiate the way these tribes want after that time, unless the court has been overturned somehow by then, your shit is actually theirs. Don't matter if you busted your ass to pay for it. It's theirs because somebody fished there 150 years ago. Negative title attached to reference. If you look at the draft map attached to the briefing, your property is located within the claim area outlined in green. For those whose property is in the area outlined in black, the court has declared aboriginal title to your property, which does compromise the status and validity. Says it's not yours. This was mandated without any prior notice. They didn't even tell people. A lot of people had no clue this court thing was going on. Didn't even get to defend themselves. Yay, Canada. And then suddenly they're getting this shit going, well, your shit's not really yours. Yahoo. That's crazy. The entire area outlined in green is claimed on appeal. So black has already been given over. There's a larger green area they also want. And then there's tons of other tribes doing the same thing. Now, imagine if lefties were in power in this country. You think that if this ruling happened and Kamala and her ilk were in power, you don't think that lefties would be empowered to do this here? In fact, I'd be surprised if this doesn't happen in some lefty state coming up. We're going to see this shit. We're going to see some idiot judge somewhere say, yeah, that's theirs. It's theirs. Given the serious implications of this court decision, yeah, pretty serious, and the pending appeal, the city is hosting an information session. Woohoo! Well, that's great. We can have the information session after the court's already ruled and said you're screwed. That's a great bit of government work there, guys. Hey, here's an information session on how to hand over your shit. Thanks for your input. We hope that you can attend to learn about this important situation. Timing, man. Now, this is a little different here. I'm not going to say, but only, there's one that was talking about $2 million house, but I don't want somebody else's $2 million house taken. Only in Canada, some lefty states, can you work your whole life, own your home for 25 years, pay the property taxes every year. By the way, there are some homes that have been in families for over 75, 80 years. It's multi-generation that families live there. And now they're saying, nope. I heard there's one of them, I only read it once, that there's 1 or 2 families who can trace their ownership to that land back over 100 years. And now they're told, nope, not yours. It's like, ugh. Pay property taxes every year, only for the government to say it ain't yours because 125 plus years ago, First Nations used it to hunt and dump there. And this is valid right here. At one point, every piece of land on earth belonged to someone else. This will upend the very fabric of land ownership in Canada. Yeah. Because anybody can just say, well, my granddaddy used to camp here once in a while back in 5000 BC, and so that's ours. That's all it takes. Depending on the judge you get, you're going to win. And some of this does happen in America where they find, oh my God, there's a historic site here. Well, you have to move out of your house. You can't do anything on your property now. It's yours, but you have to pay tax on it. You can't do anything on it. So it already happens in America, but not quite to this level. Sorry, I got a pop-up to get in my way. Come on. What in the hell? Get off my screen. There we go. Hey, Bunny, how's it going? Oh, I'm sorry, Bunny. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that, hon. There's never enough time with them. Well, yeah, Bunny, you live in Colorado, so Colorado is a loony state right now, and they may do something like this. Depending on what Indian tribes you have. I'm sorry, Native American. Oh, whatever. Tribes you have. I'm not going to play Cowboys and Native Americans. I'm still playing Cowboys and Indians. Deal with it. Everybody knew what we meant. But this does upend the fabric of land ownership in Canada. Totally. And it gave a huge foothold to these crazies. And I'm going to ask anybody in America, what do you think this bullshit you're spouting? Where do you think the end line is on this? Oh, we live on stolen land. Find me some land anywhere on earth that hasn't changed hands over the last 5 to 10 millennia. You can't. By the way, the Native Americans weren't Native American. They came across the land bridge, and there were indigenous people here, like Cro-Magnons or something. I've lost track of my history on that, but they came across, there were already proto-man or something here, and they slaughtered them. And let me help you out with your stolen lands theory. There have been multiple Native American tribes who occupied land and then were slaughtered and no longer exist, haven't existed for 1,000 years, and then this other tribe that slaughtered them took over that land. So you have stolen land from Proto-Man, stolen them from the tribe who under the Proto-Man, then that tribe had it stolen from them by somebody else. The Indians on North America were not just peace and love and kumbaya smoking their happy wacky weed. They were very warring. They were very warring and slaughtered people. White people didn't make up the scalping thing. That was a thing when we got here. We're like, holy shit, look at these guys do. They were brutal. They were stagnant, brutal people. They had advanced nothing in thousands of years. Find me land anywhere on this planet that hasn't changed hands. So your stolen lands rhetoric, what does it do? It pretty much says that all humans must leave Earth. Because every bit of land somehow has changed hands. Good or bad, has changed hands. It's stolen land. It's idiotic. So pretty much humans all need to be jumping off Earth right now and right onto the moon. And God help me, hope we don't find out the moon used to be occupied by humans. Because that's theirs. Shit. Pretty much says nobody can ever have anything. It's a moronic saying. Stolen land. So is it still stolen land if, let's say you are living on a pristine, never stolen piece of land. Ooh. And then somebody attacks you. Some asshole attacks you, wants your land. Or you have neater water or more deer on your land. You beat them. And not only do you beat them in their war they started, but you take their property because you beat them back home and you go, yep, that's ours now. Now you screwed up. We were fine living next to you, but now that's ours. Do those people get to come back 300 years later and go, well, that's stolen land. You took it from us. You attacked us. But it's stolen land. You should have just said kumbaya and told us to go home and patted us on the butt. Consequences. What isn't stolen land? There is no piece of land that's not stolen, not traded hands. It's a bullshit thing. So this doesn't only mess up the land ownership in Canada, but you already know there's some leftards who got these lawsuits going in America, some lefty state going, hey, look, Canada can do it. Well, hey, come on. Yo. If we don't see this, if Kamala Harris was president right now and the lefties had power, we'd be seeing this. We would. I'll say it right out. We would be seeing this. Especially if we hadn't already seen it before this, as soon as Canada did this, there'd be lefties going, hey, yeah. Because what did you hear from Kamala and all them? Stolen land. Stolen land. It's not ours. You don't think they would do something like this? So, yeah. Weird contradiction in liberal legal theory is that squatters are entitled to your property after being there for 30 days, but you have to give up what you rightfully paid for because 200 years ago somebody allegedly stole it. Now, the funny thing is about these Coachiwan, they didn't even live in this area. They didn't live here. These Cowichan tribes, Cowchans, I'm calling Cowchans, Cowichan. They didn't live there. Part of the year they had a hunting village there where the men came to hunt to feed the actual tribe that had their home somewhere else. So they had a seasonal, a month or two out of the year, hunting village there, where the men came to hunt, drink wacky weed, and hang out without the women. It was guys going to deer camp. It was the dudes going off on their dudes trip. Dude. What happens in hunting camp stays in hunting camp. That's what it was. But because they had this couple months, 2-3 months a year of hunting village, that's what they're doing, using is, well, that's our land. That's it. It's not even that that's where they had their actual, villages. That's what this lady judge used. Insane. But this is right, this one right here. It is a weird contradiction in liberal legal theory. If a squatter, and this happens in America a lot. I live in Illinois, trust me. Illinois is not quite as bad as California, but almost. You own your house, you come home, somebody's squatting in it. Dude, the legal hurdles you have to go through to get somebody out of your house is insane. I'll tell you right now, never ever call the police or government officials and say, hey, somebody's squatting in my house, I need to get them out. Or somebody's in my house, get them out. You go, hey, somebody broke into my house and threatened me. That's what you do. You go, somebody broke into my house and threatened me. Oh my God, help, 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 help. They come in hot and pull them out. Done. Done. You don't do this other BS because the police, the government officials go, well, you got to go through court and evictions and, to get them out. Yet, here the liberals say, 200 years ago, somebody did a little fishy and bro party a couple months a year. Yo, bro, let's go do some hunting, buffaloes and stuffs. No, we ain't bringing the wives. Because of that, they can take your property. That is insane. It is nuts. We aren't going to destroy this country for decisions made centuries ago about so-called property rights. Yeah, 100%. The demolition has begun. This is bigger than you realize. This is the destruction of one of the key pillars of Canada. I don't know. Is your land ownership actually one of your key pillars? I don't know. Is it enshrined heavily? Ownership of land of your homes. Implications are terrifying. You will own nothing and be happy. Ooh. That sounds like World Economic Forum stuff, doesn't it? See, a lot of people are like, what the hell? Yeah. It's nuts. You worked a whole life by home, but someone's great-grandfather might have fished nearby 150 years ago. Yeah, we talked about that, so. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, Jay Watterson, what's up, man? Joel, how's it going? Now everybody comes here when I'm almost done. All right, checking on Rumble. Still got some people over on Rumble. All right, guys, but do me a favor before Bunny yells at me. Do hit thumbs up for the stream. I appreciate it. And if you missed anything, feel free to go back and start over. Because I am doing a short streams. I got to go to the gym yet. I got a lot to do. And I'm sitting late with a sick dog or a sick cat last night for a good amount of the night. So that's why I didn't get back on last night. All right, so what's up, Buttercup? But yeah, please do at least hit thumbs up. If you don't want to subscribe, I get it. I don't subscribe to me either. But no, what do you guys think of this? Do you think this is going to bleed over into our country? I do. I think some lefties are just having this is a lefty wet dream right here. Stolen land! Stolen land and reparations. Let me ask you, lefties. What do you think the money's going to come from for reparations if you don't have any land to take from somebody? If you're already given land to other people and giving everything away, where do you think the monies are going to come from to do all this shit? Where do you think you're going to live? I'm on stolen land. Where are you going? I love these leftards who do not think things out. We all live on stolen land. Then get off. If you truly believe it's stolen, then why are you still there? Get off the land. And I'm going to ask these lefties, find me a pristine... See, I knew Jay Watterson would know. And I said that a little bit before you came on, Jay Watterson. I said this has gone on in America. I did. You can go back and look. I'm not flip-flopping. You can go back. I said this has already happened a little bit, but not to this degree. I mean, come on. Oh my God, an Indian tribe used to be here, so you can't build a house on your own land you bought. Stuff like that. It does happen. But yeah, I want to know. I want any lefty to answer me. If you believe you are on stolen land, then why are you still on it? And I want any Democrat, leftard, dumbass who spouts these stolen land thing, show me. Show me a pristine piece of land that's never been contested, never been fought over and taken over, never been stolen. Show me that piece of land. Enjoy living on your 2 inches on this continent. And learn some history. Once again, the Native Americans of today came across the land bridge and took out the proto-man who was here. Those tribes don't even exist anymore because they split off. Then one tribe took over another and took over another and took over another. Go look up the Apache and the Comanche. Look up the Indian wars that white people had nothing to do with. Go look up the archaeology of how much slaughter had gone on in this continent before we ever got here. These weren't kumbaya people. There were times the settlers are going across, run into an Indian tribe, go, holy crap, they get offed. So, show me this pristine land. You can't. You just can't. Imagine getting this letter from your town. The court had declared Aboriginal title to your property. Aboriginal, boy, I haven't heard that since, you talk about Australia. Yep. 732 acres of prime Fraser River turf. Yeah. Mansions, a lot of richies too in this area. This is a rich area. Mansions, like $1 million plus houses, golf courses. And then there's like some type of port there that some businesses. It's like, whoa. And this is crazy. Blueberry farms, yeah. Fee simple. I hate that phrase. Fee simple pretty much just means owned land, private owned land. Your absolute deed, now just a shitty IOU to treaty ghosts, yeah. Yeah. I mean, just crazy. And the Indian tribe, like I said, they're saying so far, we're not going to enforce it to take people's stuff. Trust us. They can just tax you into a mud hole. They can make laws you don't like. It's their land. If you go to tribal lands here in America on reservations, there are different laws they enact. And there's a lot of different taxes, laws, and rules. They can enact pretty much all that here if they want. And they can take the property. And just because they said, well, we won't take it now, they're not saying they won't take it ever. So yeah. Why would they go to court to fight to have ownership of the land if they don't want to change shit? That makes 0 sense. Yeah. Who's next? Calgary? Yeah. And if you look, these cases are going on all over in Canada. And this dumb judge just gave these people a huge foothold. I was reading one, and I think the guy said that fully 80% of Canada could be lost to this because of this ruling if other courts follow this. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, the claim area is outlined in green, but then there's the outline for those properties outlined in black. The court has already declared. So if you're in the black area, I don't know how to get it to come up. I tried to find the map earlier and I had a hell of a time. But if you're in the black area, your land has already been told it's owned by the Indians. And the green area is more area they're trying to get. So it's like, ugh, it's bad. Oh, man. These people, it's just nuts, so. So, yeah. There's a lot of these. These are treaty negotiations in British Columbia. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. Here's the areas already affected, but look, all this could be gone after. That is nuts. I don't know. Bunny, you may be in danger out there in Colorado. Because I'm betting you got a lot of lefties out there always saying that, say that, the stolen land crap. I like this, though, not to be. Canadian city tells disarmed citizenry their homes belong to native tribes after pivotal court ruling. Ramifications across the country. Yeah, good job giving up all your weapons. Good job there. Well, this is a lefty wet dream. You will own nothing and be happy. Now, funny thing is, you think just these Indian tribes are going to own everything? No. This is a way to rip it from your hands, but sooner or later it's going to end up in the hands of the top people. The top 1 or 0.5%. The World Economic Forum people, the Davos people, they will end up owning it. They won't be left to the tribes. The tribes they're letting the tribes do this to get the land from you. Because nobody wants to fight the poor little Native Americans or Indians or whatever you want to call them, the Cowacheewans, whatever, who had their land stolen. So it's all poor Native American versus evil, usually white person. And then later, it's easier to take from, the rich don't give a shit. The ultra rich don't give a crap about this whole, all the poor Indians crap. They know it will work against the average person in courts. They can just buy the courts, and later, I don't know if those courts will be valid for them. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, I thought I had a better picture here, but... Yeah, lands of the Tukwa claim area. So, wahoo! This whole area. Neato. But I don't know. I think it's gonna get goofy up there. Canada's in deep shit. Not as deep as shit as UK and Ireland, and look what's going on in Ireland and stuff. Some other little girl got touched. And the Irish, rightfully so, went knucking foots. And the police are backing the immigrants against the Irish being pissed about another little girl getting touched. That is insane. Oh, McGirt versus Oklahoma? Okay, yeah. Okay. Is that the one I think it is? 2020, okay. Yep. But no, I just think, I don't know. Did you work your whole life to buy that $2 million home in Vancouver? Too bad. I will say this. Somebody in a $2 million home has a little more freedom to be able to move away. Whoa, look at that. They have a little more freedom to be able to move away from that than the average citizen does. The average citizen loses their home and their property suddenly and gets nothing for it. You're screwed. Somebody with a $2 million home probably has some other financial well-being to help themselves. And the person who has here right here, think it'll stop in Richmond. No. I think Canada's in some deep shit. Unless somebody comes out and really strikes this down. Really strikes it down. This guy here talks about it a lot. How all of this stuff, look at this. These are the different Indian tribes that want to place ownership on stuff here. And look how many little tribes they are. You're going to tell me none of these tribes took out the other tribes? Bull. Not every time did white man steal the tribes, steal the land. There were tribes that were wiped out before white man ever came here. So what, you're going to say that somehow third party removed that land is stolen, so it's got to go back? So let's say the Comanches took it from the Cowacheewan, and then the Apaches took it from the Comanches, and then white man got it. So, what, third remove? We still have to say that stolen land. It goes back to 3 people that still exist from this lost tribe that were all taken up by the Comanches, which were taken by the Apaches. Come on, it's stupid. It is crazy, judges, and unfortunately, Bunny, put your hands over your ears. It's another liberal, middle-aged white woman. I'm sorry. Liberal, middle-aged white women are knucking futs. They're knucking futs. All right, now we're going to switch up a little bit here real quick. I'm going to be about another 5 to 10 minutes. This is just a little ending. Hey, Sog. Hey, go back and look. I was kind of throwing you guys in with Canada, but I think you guys are still a little more lost than Canada. But how you doing, man? I'm going to be off here in about 5-10 minutes, but please do hit thumbs up for the stream and go back and start over if you missed any. And feel free to comment. Comment away and let me know what you think. And I'm sorry I didn't get into this last night because, like I said, I was going to come back, but I had a sick kitty cat who I was cleaning up a lot of puke. Let's put it that way. Cat puke can really be nasty as projectile. All right, now this is just a little bit about the No Kings, and we're going to hop out of here. Former liberal and Trump supporter Batya Ungar Sargon. That is some name, dude. That sounds like a sci-fi name. Like Sargon of Akkad. Him, he's a great dude if you watch his videos. Carl Benjamin summarizes the stupidity of the No Kings protest perfectly. Sog, if you don't watch Carl Benjamin, you should watch Carl Benjamin on YouTube. Go look him up. He says some amazing stuff on what's going on over there in the UK. And he cautions America that, boy, if he was cautioning America that if the left had won in the 2024 election, that's where we'd be. But no, what she says here is she summarizes the stupidity of the No Kings protest perfectly, and she does. And I'm going to let her just say it. So here we go. Let me click these on because I went so long they booted off. There. But yeah. Here, I'll get the sound up. There.
These protests were overwhelmingly white. They were overwhelmingly elderly people, older people. Now,
Q-tips.
Again, you know, white boomers have the right to have a mass therapy session about the fact that Donald Trump won. But
That's
to
right,
call
right
it
there.
a No Kings protest, to act like he is a king is so utterly preposterous. This is a man who won the popular vote. He won every swing state. He is a person who is enacting the exact agenda he promised he was going to enact while he was campaigning. And so what they're actually protesting.
How dare a politician or somebody running for office follow their promises? Nobody can act surprised. Nobody can act surprised. Oh my God, Donald Trump is doing this? I didn't know that was going to happen. I've actually heard some leftards go, God, I didn't know he was going to do this. I'm like, where the flip were you the last couple years? Where were you the last decade? How far up your ass was your head? I'm sorry you had stage 5 cranial rectal insertion disorder for a decade, but I'm glad your head has popped out of your butt and now you can hear what's going on. Because it's not a surprise. And that's what we are. We have people fighting against a democratically elected administration following the laws of this country and doing what they said they were going to do. They are idiots.
They're actually protesting is the absolute perfection of American democracy, where a person campaigned on an agenda, won the popular vote, and is now enacting that agenda. So it was actually a protest of democracy, all of which is to say the only way to greet such a preposterous proposition.
But wait a minute, don't they believe in democracy? Don't the left believe in democracy? They sure mention it so much. Democracy! We gotta save democracy by totally wiping their asses with it. We had your democratic election, small d, or I would call that the big D. The Democrat Party's the small d, especially these days. We had your democratic election. You lost. Fuck off. Done. But she's right. They are protesting democracy while going, democracy! They are protesting democracy. Of course, when you raise your fist like this, that's kind of a communist, Marxist thing.
Preposterous proposition. Calling this a No Kings rally when it's actually an anti-democracy rally is to crap on it. I'm sorry, is to basically make fun of it. And I think that that has been the Trump administration's approach. They didn't try to stop it, God forbid, because he's not a king. They allowed them to have their say. They allowed them to go out there, and then they made fun of them. Have you?
Yeah. I am all for it. Yeah, the very fact that Donald Trump didn't stomp your protest out, and it's little. Even if we give the lefties their 7 million inflated bullshit number, that is more inflated than the bad guys on a game of Dig Dug. If you remember that, go look that up. I mean, they pumped them numbers up. It wasn't 7 million. I'm going to go with, like some of you guys said, it's closer to 2 million, maybe. Some are saying now that after this is all gone, they're starting to look into it, it's closer to maybe 1 million. But let's give them their 7 million. That's 2% of the population. That's it. This could have been stomped out. Trump didn't try, didn't care, just made jokes and memes, to which Harry Sisson on the left went nuts. Oh my God! Dude, making fun of you is not fascism. You guys have attacked Donald Trump for 12 fucking years. Horrendously, obsessively. You've illegally arrested him, made up new laws, ran on just finding something to go after him for. You tried to steal all of his property. You lied about the value of his property. You arrested his lawyers for being lawyers. Well, Shakespeare would have been happy. And then you tried to kill him. But God forbid, a meme joke about an aircraft dumping poop on you. Oh my God. Are you kidding? Are any of you lefties serious? It's not hypocrisy. They have no true beliefs except what gives them power in the moment. Power over you, power over whatever they're against. These are empty, vapid, hateful people with nothing inside. Just whatever gives them power is the way they'll go that minute. So, yeah. But I think she nailed it. I didn't want to talk about it much, but once again, if you give them their 7 million, it's 2% or less of the population. That's it. You couldn't even lie better than that. You couldn't lie to try to amp it up to 10 or 20%. Think about that. You know they're lying. Hell, Trump lies about his own, crowd sizes. It's the biggest crowd ever. When it wasn't. So you know these assholes are lying. They couldn't even lie. Sorry, they knew they couldn't even lie good enough to get it up to a real number. The best they could do to pump it up was still a paltry 2%. Think about that. Let that soak in. They knew nobody, not even the far craziest, leftist, dumbest among them, if they said 10 to 20% of the population would go, yeah, that's true. They would go, ooh, my 2 plus 2 equal 5 math ended back a ways. Sorry. They couldn't even lie to pump it up over 2%. That is bad. All right, so I do have to get out of here. I hate to do it because it's funny because these afternoon streams, that not to be a jerk, everybody wanted. People only show up when I'm about to leave it. But hey, please hit thumbs up. Please go back and start it from the beginning. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. And yes, I'm still going to try to do another stream tonight, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And send any topics you would like tonight, because I'm not sure I have a set one. Send anything you would like to talk about. It could be conspiracy tinfoil stuff even, for once. To lionsdenws6@gmail.com or comment below this video. Comment after I stop this video what you might want to discuss. What do you think I'm missing? If I'm missing anything on these topics I just covered, let me know. I'm not overly intelligent. Tim Pool would call me a midwit. Yes, I mentioned Tim Pool a lot because I actually respect the guy. But I don't think he's right as much as he likes to think he is. So, but yeah. How it ends up going. All right, thank you, Sog. And Sog, if you don't already watch Carl Benjamin, go check him out and let me know what you think of Carl Benjamin. And we may talk about Ireland a little later this evening if I get back on. Depends if my cat starts puking her guts up again. I'm hoping not, because that's not Jax. Jay Watterson, don't get worried, it's Pepper. Yeah, our cats named her Pepper and Jax. Pepper Jax, like the cheese. But no, Pepper is not doing it. She's got something going on, and they don't know what. So, she's only a year older than Jax, so it worries me a little. All right, guys, thank you very much. Please hit thumbs up. Thanks for stopping in, and I will try to notify more on when I'm going to do a stream. All right? Thank you, guys. Talk to you later, and have a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and be safe. Hooey, Chihuahua, things are getting frisky out there, everyone.